All right, we're going to take a look at this shoulder flexibility and some elbow strengthening exercises for you. You can maybe use this for really any type of overhead throwing or racket sports, but really I'm going to focus on like a little leaguer's elbow. So first thing I'm going to do is a sleeper stretch. You really want to make sure you're lying on that shoulder to really get a good posterior capsule stretch. And take this hand this is the unaffected arm, this is the affected arm, this is going to be like my throwing hand. You're going to try to pull this down as far as you can go. You're going to feel pretty intense, deep discomfort. You shouldn't feel any pain with this per se. You should feel a nice discomfort in that shoulder. You're going to want to hold this for a minimum of 3 minutes just because of the nature of the tissue that you're stretching is the capsule. So make sure your body rolls, stays on top of that shoulder. You don't want to roll back because you're not going to get a good enough stretch with that. So really stay on top of it, okay? So I'm going to turn just so you have another view of what it looks like from the top, see? All right, so I'm rolled right over that joint pretty well. It's not going to be comfortable, so a lot of people will really roll back, but you're not getting a good stretch back here. So again, just really stay on top of it. And if you do that once a day, that should be really beneficial. Okay. And the other exercise you're going to really do, stretching wise, I guess, is you're going to want to stretch your flexors. So you're going to pull that affected arm. Okay, I've got my affected arm here again. And you're going to really pull that back. You want to hold that a minimum of 30 seconds. You know, studies show that 60 seconds really is better. But hold that at least 60 seconds if you can. Do that like 3 reps. That'd be great. And then just do a set like that, and then a set down like here. So keeping that elbow straight, fingers to the floor, and you're going to be pulling that arm back like so. Okay. So you just be doing wrist flexion and wrist extension, which is going to be stretching your lateral epicondyle muscles and your medial epicondyle muscles. That'd be really good for like a little leaguer's elbow. Okay. If you would also like to do some proximal shoulder strengthening exercises, a good one here is going to be side lying external rotation. So get your arm right here. You might want to do a pound. I would start with just uh, nothing in your hand first. You want to do a good 30 repetitions and try to get 3 sets of that 30. Okay, that would be really good to make sure you do a slow speed like this. It's not about how fast you go. It's just nice and slow and controlled. You should get a good burn down that lateral aspect of that outside of the shoulder there, right into that deltoid tubercle eventually. So 3 sets of 30 on that one. And then you can alternate going to the wrist flexion and extension exercises. So I would just hold a weight here in my hand. I'm going to use this really heavy Lego here and just hold that up and down, nice and easy. Okay, you can do a little bit less repetitions on this one. Like a 3 sets of 10 would be fine. So do 10 like that, 10 here. Okay, and just keep alternating between the two. You can even go so far as doing 10 here, 10 here, and then doing the stretch for 30. Flip that guy around, stretch for 30 seconds or a minute, like I said. Another good exercise for the shoulder would be like an empty or full can. Uh, either one, either one would be fine. So you can do. You don't want to go right in front, and this is to really focus on that rotator cuff specifically, like the supraspinatus. Or you could do it out to the side, but really 45 degrees. And with your thumb up, it's going to be full can. Raise it to about the level of the shoulder and down. Okay, just up and down. You might want to start with like a 1 pound weight. You can do also empty can, so turn that thumb down, going to the level of the shoulder. Really don't go any higher than the shoulder. Anytime you raise your shoulder over 90 degrees, you have a much greater compression of that rotator cuff on the roof there with the AC joint. So just avoid that at all costs. And and that should really get you going. So make sure you get on all of those stretches and strengthening exercises to help you get on your way.